All the information we've gathered has led us to this point, the time that we get to throw some rounds downrange. First, we're going to talk about rifle safety, and then we're going to talk about your rifle and ammunition system and what that means to you.
It's important that we talk about gun safety. Whether you're at the range or you're in the field, it's vital that you follow the fundamental rules to ensure your own safety and the safety of others. You want to make sure that your gun is kept unloaded until you're ready to fire, that you're always pointed in a safe direction. Your finger is kept off the trigger until you're ready to fire. And utilize your firearm safety. Make sure your safety is on when you're transporting and when you're in the field. Only take it off when you're ready to go. One thing that I like to do, especially at the range and in the field, is I keep it unloaded. I get on the gun, I'm getting everything fully set up. I still don't have a round chambered. My safety's on. If I have rounds in the magazine, I'm out on the gun, I'm pointed in a safe direction. Then I'm going to chamber a round. My finger's off the trigger. I can now take it off safety, zero in on your target, and now I can start to get ready to shoot. I always want to make sure that I do it in that order. Never skip steps, never get in a hurry, and always make sure you're following those safe practices to keep yourself and your family and friends safe. When we look at the whole rifle, ammunition, scope system, one thing to keep in mind is proper function, feeding, and accuracy. The rounds are going to be designed for a specific chamber and magazine length. So one thing to do, especially during hand loading, is to ensure that your cartridge overall length hasn't exceeded any safe limits. You need to be able to properly function and properly fit in the magazine and make sure that it works. One option as a hand loader is you can actually build dummy rounds to ensure proper feeding and function before you're actually firing in the field. So the last step, when you've got your system acquired, you're out at the range, you're ready to go, make sure you have your proper safety equipment, eye and ear protection. You've got your system ready to go, the proper ammunition for the proper gun. When it comes time to sight in your ammunition to your rifle, it's important to remember, sight in with just that, the ammo you intend to use. If you're going to hunt with a specific type, don't sight it in with something different or cheaper. You can use that to get you close. You need to ensure that you sight in exactly with the ammunition you intend to use. Take a look at what your application is. What is your intended purpose? If you're varmint hunting, big game hunting, target shooting, and look at the ballistics of that given cartridge, how flat shooting it is, whether or not you have a target turret or some sort of holdover reticle. That'll determine if you're going to have a 100 yard, 200 yard, or maybe in 300 yard zero. We definitely recommend get out at the range and practice. Take the time to understand your system, your gun, your ammunition. Take the time to properly sight in and become proficient with that equipment.
You can think of your rifle as a system. You have your ammunition, your rifle, and your scope. One important component to that is your twist rate of your rifle. And it's important to understand that because some bullets require some twist rates. The twist rate of a rifle tells you how many inches it takes to make one revolution going down the barrel. For example, a 1 in 8 twist is going to rotate one time in 8 inches. Now a slower twist rate, like a 1 in 10, rotates one time in 10 inches. And it's important to understand because if you don't have it right, the bullet won't stabilize, and when it leaves your muzzle, it'll immediately start tumbling and you'll get sideways bullets on your target. For example, you can look on your box of bullets. This 7mm 168 grain requires a 1 in 8 twist. Now that means you can shoot a 1 in 8, a 1 in 7.5, a 1 in 7, but you can't shoot anything slower like a 1 in 8.5, a 1 in 9, because that's when you're going to get tumbling bullets. You can find the twist rate stamped on your rifle a lot of times. If it's not, you can also check online or just contact your manufacturer. Ammunition and rifle manufacturers follow industry standards that ensure your system performs properly.
Now that you understand rifle safety as well as your rifle and ammunition system, there's only one thing left to do. Let's send it. And like always, if you have any questions, feel free to contact our customer service.